the reporternewspaperonline.com. This is Cat Israel with Akron Local News. Now, you know, Brother Hiram said I can't say, still be honest, fair, black everywhere. So I do got a slogan I'm going to say at the end, though. Right now, we're going to get with the reporternewspaperonline.com article. It's a pretty long one. It's in the local section. So you'll go to the reporternewspaperonline.com on your smartphones. You'll click the local section. In local news, you'll see an article under short promo, which you'll see my face, by the way. But the article is called Mayors Announce Joint Effort to Support Public Safety Reforms. Pretty long article, so I'm going to break it down for you as I get through it. Columbus, Ohio. The Ohio Mayors Alliance announced today that it is forming a police reform support network to help cities across Ohio assess, share, and support efforts to implement best practices to address racial bias and improve community police relations. Numerous recommendations have been developed over the years, but this joint effort will focus on turning these ideas into action by supporting policy changes at the local level. Now, before I get back into it, my opinion on that, a lot of people have been, protesting, complaining, going to a lot of, city council meetings or what have you, to bounce ideas with, the city leaders. A lot of things I've always heard of, for one, is like a police advisory board, but we're going to get to that later, though. Backed by a powerful national outcry, mayors across the country now have increased leverage to create meaningful change to policing practices. We have a duty to listen and be responsive to our citizens and also consider thoughtful reform recommendations and best practices to these ideas and turn them into collective action. Now, when our mayor, Daniel Horgan, the city of Akron, by the way, who was joined by Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther, Dayton Mayor Nan Whaley, and Youngstown Mayor Tito Brown, as a few that was at this event when they were bouncing ideas about police reform. Now, this joint effort between the cities will work under the Department of Public Safety Office of Criminal Justice Services to align state and local efforts and better integrate the work of the Ohio Collaborative on Police Community Reforms. Now, hopefully, this is a sidebar for me, in my opinion. I hope that the OPATA joins this also. And that's Ohio Peace Officer Training Commission. So that we can have direct involvement from, police and people who train police as far as getting the curriculum, adjusted to specs to make sure that, certain reforms actually implemented through our articulate point of view through the schooling. So the Ohio Mayors Alliance Police Reform Support Network will, 1, assess police reform policies in Ohio cities and nationally. 2, share best practices and policy standards within Ohio cities. 3, support local implementation by helping to navigate barriers to reform and bringing in resources to implement. Well, that sounds good. It sounds like a stepping stone, on police reform so we can better, integrate our communities. Cities and local police departments can't solve these problems alone, says Youngstown Mayor Tito Brown. We need external support to help break down some of these barriers to reform that have existed for far too long, which is true. And like I said, once again, we need the community to, come out and speak, your opinions about these issues. And hopefully, we get a lot of, of our colleges who train police officers, get the OPATA, the Ohio Police Officers Training Commission involved, and all the mayors and police chiefs to sit down and dialogue about these ideas. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to hit us up on the timeline. And don't forget to like, click, and share. Akron Hip Hop / YouTube, our series Akron Local News. And this is Cat Israel. And once again, stay aware and stay on the level, on the square.